Hi, in this video, let's see how we can use multi-turn conversations. What exactly over here? For example, let's say in the chat GPT, if you go there and if you say like, hey, I have 10 cars at my home, the GPT or the Gemini, they do remember whatever you said. And in the later, for example, after like 2 or 3 days, if you go back and if in case if you already signed in, and later if you ask a question, if you say like, hey, you know what, I have like 10 cars at my home, it remembers for you. And whenever you ask us, like after 2 or 3 days, if you say like, hey, how many cars do I have, and it responds back like you have 10 cars. So this concept is called multi-turn conversations, a chart one. So basically, whatever the questions that you ask, the ChatGPT or the Gemini models, they do remember for a long time until you ran out of your memory, and then it will try to recall you everything. So for example, let's say you are working on multiple projects and everything you are like just giving, I mean, don't do it if you're working professionally for some company. I mean, if you're a freelancer, if you would like to remember everything, you just tell them like, hey, today I have worked on this project, it remembers. And then based on that, you can ask like, hey, can you prepare a resume for me? And based of all everything, it will prepare even a resume for you. So let's see how we can develop this one by using multi-turn conversations concept. Let's jump into collab, select all cells, let's delete the cells, and let's start from beginning. From Google, import Gen AI. From um, from Google.collab, import user data, right? So let's get our API key is equal to user data dot get. I hope you are enjoying the conversations and the videos over here. So my overall goal over here is that, I mean, to make everything clear and crystal for you, so that you really don't have to refer like lots of tutorials even after this course. You can just stay. I mean, like you can just complete all the content and then try to practice like some couple of projects, which really helps you to get land on a good job. Okay. So now, let's say, so this one, I mean, let's put a title over here. This is good. Multi-turn conversations chart. So practice multiple times so you will remember all this. Gen AI dot client API key. Okay, we already have, sorry. Client is equal to, oops, sorry. I'm so sorry. I was lost. Maybe I need some coffee. So let's get our API key is equal to user data dot get Google API key, and now let's say the client is equal to API Gen AI dot client API key is equal to API key. Okay, this sounds good. And now let's see. So for whatever we have seen, we were like generating the contents because we were receiving input as a text and output, and we're generating output as a text. But here, let's say this is like a chart. So response is equal to client dot charts. So earlier, all this time we were using models. Now this is charts dot generate create model is equal to Gemini 2.5 Flash. Now let's say, or instead let's call this as a chart. So we have the charts. So we created, I mean, whenever we use the chart, which means we are going to use all of this one. And now response, this is where we are going to send the prompt. Chart dot send message, I have two dogs in my house. Okay, and let's print this one. Response dot text. Okay, so I mean, whatever we have told, we have informed that we have two dogs in my house. So the Gemini, it took that one and said, like, hey, that's wonderful. Having two dogs usually means like you have lots of fun and companionship. And again, I'm going to say like chat dot send message. How many paws? So each dog has two paws, right? Paws. Let's say four paws in my house. Now let's print response.text. Let's see. Nice. So the first one, okay, let's say here print end of first response. Let's say, so to make this as clear, and okay, now let's differentiate the first and second responses. In fact, you can even keep session. Okay. So the first response, that's wonderful. Dogs bring so much of love. I mean, this one, and after that one, okay. So after you, when you ask the question like how many paws are in my house, so we have two dogs, and each dog has eight paws. So in total, you have like eight paws at your house, right? So this is like so cool, right? But again, let's say like this is the user who is asking the question, and this is the model who is telling this one. So now, what I'm going to do for, I mean, if you print for example, let come here, if you print so whatever, whenever we send this one, it saves the history. So if you play like chart.get history, right? So let's see what it's going to print. It is going to print everything over here. So what I'm going to do for a message in chart.get history for each and everything, what I wanted to print, f role message dot, what is the role here, role, right? Role here, and then print f message dot the text parts, yeah, parts dot, parts is array, so 0, the first element we want, dot text. Let's run this one. So it gives you an output like let's comment this one. Now let's see the output. So now the first one, the role, the user, the first one. So what you have, you told, I have two dogs in my house. The user told, and the model said like, that's wonderful. Dogs can bring so much of happiness, and that's good. And then again the role said, user, how many paws are in my house, and the model said like, okay, let's calculate. You have two dogs, and each dog has like four paws, like eight paws. So, but if you see over here, one thing, role, user, and the question, the whatever we asked, it is coming in a new line. So instead of that, I can keep something like end is equal to colon. Okay, I hope this works. Colon, let's say space. Yeah. Okay, let's okay, now role, user, I have two dogs in my house, role model, that's wonderful. So this is like more clear, right? So this is how you can use the charts conversations by using Gemini. So in the next video, for the same concept, we will use the stream. I mean, oh, I hope you already remember the streaming responses we just covered. For the same charts, we will see how we can generate the streams. Thank you for watching this video.